action.
Was there lesbian action
Yes.
for you?
No, not for me. I got to be the hot girl, though. Like, you know, when I got in.
Who chooses you as the hot girl?
Your pod.
Is
your
there
pod.
like a...
There's like, you know, but it's like the general consensus. Everybody knows the funny person in the group. Everybody knows the asshole.
Is there a bull dyke leader? Like a
There
big...
was a girl named Bear, and she. Let me tell you the story about. Clemmy, this was our podcast. Keep it together.
Was that her given name, Bear?
It was her.
What was
jail
her
name?
What was her Did you have a jail? What was your jail name? I bet your jail name was something like...
No, I think it was...
Twinkle Toes.
No. When I was in juvenile, it was Angel. That's actually why I got doubled Angel, because everybody said I looked like a little angel.
That is like a TV show.
It is. I remember seeing it. But it wasn't like that. It was like, get up, Angel. Boom, boom, like bang on my door, like in a very not sweet way.
Hey, Angel, get out here. We're going to cut you up.
No, and then... but they're okay. You're talking about lesbian and owning and doming experiences. So in juvenile hall... There was a girl, that was my first experience, was in juvenile hall with the Angel time, and you got to sit in a circle, and there was 4 people to your table, and this girl reached across from the corner of me and says, "I want your pudding," and just takes it. And then this big
pudding?
My pudding. It was because you only get you get no sugary goodies, you know. And
do they give you spoons for the pudding or like sticks?
They give you sporks. They give you plastic sporks. And and they check your sporks when you are done with your meal, that you're not hoarding this spork for a later day. So
you're
anyway,
engaging in sporting.
It's sport. It would be like more that you would use it as like you would find some way to like file it down to stab someone you didn't like in the neck. Like, I mean, people, you have a lot of time, and if you have a lot of dysfunctional people, the things I understand sometimes are why they have to be so cutthroat, but then it's horrible for the people that don't need these rules.
Sorry, can I just ask, was this like a maximum security jail? What, weren't you
No,
in for traffic fines?
No, this isn't. No, when I was a kid, no. It was like for drinking and drugs.
You were in this kind of jail for drinking and drugs?
When I was at juvenile hall, yeah.
And people were like filing down forks to kill each other for drinking and drugs?
That's why they wouldn't let you have them. I mean, you couldn't even have tampons in your room because girls...
What kind of weapons could you make out of a tampon?
You can choke yourself. You can swallow it and it could swell up in your throat. You could try to kill yourself.
Why would you want to kill yourself?
Because you're in fucking jail and it's horrible in there. And you have a bunch of girls in juvenile halls for underage, for minors. So you have a very 14-year-old girls who are fucking horribly fucked up in their head, emotionally, been doing crack since 12.
Oh, God.
You know, it's a really fucked up place.
What are the people who, what are the jail, what do they call them, the wardens? What are the wardens
Well, they're not
like?
Well, it's not like the Green Mile. They don't have like the warden with the keys clicking on the fucking... Actually, maybe they... No. I did have a lady that would like hit her keys to each one, but... You have the officers. The officers are the ones who are watching you always. Are they
all women?
Yes, they're all women.
Are they big old bull dykes? Are they big old fat bull dykes?
Wrong, I take that back. They are not all women. They are mostly women on certain shifts, like showering and stuff like that. But then but in adult jail, you have, like in my pod, you had a shower in there. So you could... The craziest thing I ever saw with these girls, this girl used to sell heroin. She had big old fake titties.
Sorry, she sold heroin in the jail?
No, she sold heroin outside the jail, but that's why she was in jail. Right.
She had
so,
big tits?
just like cooking and shit like that, escorting and stuff. Anyways, yeah, she had big old tits. And then, so you have to understand this, the guards are in control of everything. They're in control of the food that you get. They're in control of any privilege you have.
Are they nasty?
So, see, it's hard for me because I've seen really fucking nasty ones. So this guy, and we can take showers anytime in a pod. So a lot of time, the main supervisor, she'll go to bed or she gets off work and they have a transfer in the night. People don't give a fuck about fuck, because it's nighttime and people are supposed to be in bed by 10 p.m. So,
can I just ask, in general, are the guards like low-grade human beings? Like bottom of the line, low-grade, like minimum wage jobs.
Yeah, they don't get paid well, and it's
failed police.
I wouldn't say like they're dysfunctional. They're just like the parking enforcement people. They are sheriffs. They're sheriffs. So technically, they're not even cops. They're sheriffs. Mm-hmm. Sheriffs run jails, and it's weird. So it's not like an officer like you find in your PD, which is weird. But usually the jails, it's all sheriff. And I wouldn't say that they're kick-outs. They're almost the worst of them because they're dealing with it every day, and they get power. There's the ones that have the serious power trip, and they're fucking saving the world by keeping these horrible criminals confined. And then you have the people that are really empathetic to it, and they're a little nicer. But it goes back to even when I think about nursing, you can't do really what you want to do because there's a lot of rules, and if you'll lose your job if you try to kind of be nice because you're not there to be nice to them.
Do you think they cared about you at all?
No, fuck no, absolutely not.
Jesus.
No, I think that I watched a girl have a seizure in 2 beds next to me, and he had to I called the button twice. It took him 15 minutes to get there.
Did she die?
No, she didn't die, but they didn't even take her to the hospital. They said her pupils were dilating less, and she'll be fine, and just check on her and give her water. I mean, it was, unless you're literally dying of alcohol withdrawals or heroin, you know what I mean, bad shit. But this was saying, this girl was coming up with dope and she was really sick.
So do you keep in touch with anyone that you're in jail with, prison?
For my last time, no, I haven't. I think when you're younger, you're in it a lot more. I think the last time I was there, I was like, I'm fucking so over this shit. And I understand every girl that are in there. They all have the same thing. They want to talk to people on the outside. Can you get this message to this person? And I had a few letters, and I sent them out to the people, that they couldn't do, or the officers wouldn't take them. So I did that, but I didn't. I didn't want to be fake and lie and be like, oh, we're gonna be best friends, because and a lot of these people, you have to understand, a lot of them are drug offenders and things, and this is their life, and they're going to get out and they're going to do the same shit. And so I think I was at a point that I was like, I got to change my shit. I can't be doing bad shit anymore. And that's how I...
And you didn't do bad shit anymore?
No, I haven't gone to trouble, but I've been, dealing with probation for, 2.5... since I was 13, but, felony probation for this for, 2 years.
Well,
it's interesting, but back to the lesbian question. Is there lots of lesbian action? There's girls, you're in there, it's just girls. There is boys, and when you get into adult, and actually I think when I was in juvenile hall, they let the boys and girls be together, which was crazy. Not in the South, but you could... Oh my God. That was
you cracked pepper.
That was my cracked pepper. Crack. No, I'm sorry,
Speaking of lesbians.
Speaking of fucking lesbians.
So...
Oh, but anyways, so I did the most lesbian experience that I had in there, but I wouldn't say it was lesbian, but maybe she liked it. She was deaf, so she...
That's an important fact.
It is, because she, there's such characters in there, and she was a massage therapist, a deaf massage therapist.
How did she what was she doing in there?
Right, so this is why it's interesting, because, usually when you talk to people outside of jail, they will not want to talk to you about what the fuck they did. That's not relevant.
Outside of jail.
But in jail, we all know it's like a psych ward in there. We all know why and when. She's deaf, right? So she got in the system. She, she comes from a broken home, troublemaking, whatever. And imagine if you're deaf. Her parents didn't register to a medical facility that's deaf until she was almost out of high school. So she was deaf, but she said since she was 10, she was
completely deaf.
Barely, she could barely hear. So even if you can you imagine being 10 years old and you couldn't hear anything?
How did she get to be a massage therapist?
Her aunt or something. So just like anybody, you collect talents among your fucked upness along the way, and I think that her aunt did it, and that's what she was telling me. And she's really I don't want to say a burly girl, but she was a bigger girl, very strong, like a softball player. But that's not, and that's I feel like it's burly anyway.
Yeah.
But she couldn't hear, so she got to a point in high school she couldn't hear at all.
Yeah.
And so she got in trouble for something at school, a fight with somebody, because you're getting in fights because kids are making fun of you because you're deaf and you talk funny and, whatever. So this girl knocked this fucking kid out, cold-cutted him. And his mom freaked out, and she doesn't have, whatever, so they sent her out of the school, and then she got in more trouble, and then so they put her into a psych ward. She's like, I'm out of here. She's like, I think she was allowed to leave. I can't remember. What the case was, she wasn't allowed to leave, so she was like, she checked herself out, but the cops came out, and she was walking, for a quarter of a mile, or outside the building, and then finally cops came up to her, and she's deaf. They know she's deaf, and they grab her by the shoulders, hey, and she can't hear you, so all she feels is someone grabbing her, so she fucking elbows back, in Knox, a police officer is a peace officer, so she was in jail for that.
I think this is a particularly brutal country.
Yeah.
For
it's horrible.
For arresting people and stuff. I mean, let alone shooting black people and killing black people, police. It's just a brutal system.
Killing kids, killing women, killing...
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it's...
And imprisoning people, like, keeping you in the system forever and ever, unless you're really rich.
You know, what I was telling you, because I haven't noted my probation day, I was talking about with one of the guys we live with here who gave me a ride. It's a business, and so I don't think people understand that. Why would they can say, "Oh, I could contest to get off my probation." Why would they want to lose my money that they're getting every month, and I'm not complaining about it?
Yeah.
Why are they gonna let me off of that early? That doesn't help them, and everybody's out for their own intention. I think when people understand that, I'm not saying there's not good people out there, but a business is never out for your intention, ever. If you can learn that, it makes it, and it's crazy. It's like I said. The case I'm even dealing with, and I had to violate to get a job, to better my life, to get out of the gang life I was in, get out of the fucking shit that I was in. Come here, and I get a violation from probation. You know what I mean? And I had references from, our boss, from people, from our office manager saying, she's doing really great. They don't care. Took that to court, still violate me.
Right.
And now that I'm here, they're like, oh, but we're still going to transfer you. So they still made me pay fines to the county I was in. Now I'm in this county. The fines start all over. But it's the same case. So why am I paying 2 different fines? Because the only way they could explain it to me was, it's a different county. That's Butte County. That's not our county. This is our county. This is about us.
So even though you haven't done anything wrong in this county, they transfer you down here, but they start your fines all over again.
And not only all over again, they raised it because it's a different county and they have different prices. I mean, I had to literally swallow that down today, and being a tiny little... I usually don't like bringing race in, but I'm a tiny little white girl and you have a big old black lady telling you, that's the way it is, then that's the way it is. And I think no matter what color, whether there's a boring old white man or, what...
You just have to suck it up.
You have to go that they're in control. You are not in control. That this isn't a debate. This is a factoid.
This is a one-way argument.
This is a one-way argument. And so I realized that about 5 seconds after looking at the $5,000 that I owed. This is for monitoring me. They're monitoring me for $5,000.
This country is still really, in some ways, stuck in the Wild West.
Yeah,
it's a Wild West mentality,
and it's horrible because it's
very frustrating.
It's very loophole, and that's why everybody's oh, how can they do that to you? Well, it's a system created by lawyers.
It is.
It's a system created created by lawyers who the people that protect are the same people that write the rules to the other side. It's a very larger than life system that we've created, and I think it's almost like a monster that's gone out of hand, and I don't think anybody knows how to control it.
Well, the whole country is literally run by lawyers,
right? But that's what it is.
It's only lawyers that go into politics.
That's why I tried telling him. He's like, "Well, can't you say something?" I'm like, "I don't have a voice. Lawyers have a voice. If you pay someone, you have a voice. Well, about all those people who can't afford to pay anybody." So what do? They have no voice. They just sit and rot, and they get paid.
Or they go to jail, and in jail they become lawyers.
And they're better than lawyers.
So that when they come out, they can fight cases for other people. I went to Politicon last year, and I went to the Black Lives Matter thing, because each people do, like, panels and the Black Lives Matter thing, and there was a guy up on the stage, I can't remember his name, and he'd gone to jail, his dad had gone to jail, or he'd gone to jail, and whilst he was in jail, he became a lawyer, and when he came out, he fought for people who'd gone to jail.
And that's amazing. I always think that's amazing.
It was quite a great story. I can't remember.
But it's honestly, to be able to pass your bar, you gotta have money. To go to school, you gotta have. No, you can't be a lawyer just because you studied some books.
Well, I don't know how he did it, but somebody must have given him some money in jail. But he did it while he was in jail.
Right. But I'm saying that you actually don't have to.
We only got 27 seconds left.
Okay. Well, that's our jail rant.
So, you were a lesbian in jail.
I wasn't, but I did get a butt massage. So I don't know if that counts.
It's pretty close. I mean, that's all I get, and I'm a full blown lesbian. So,
butt massages.
Thanks for the story. What do we do with this?
I don't know.